Hello everyone, this is Garrett J and I'm here with another mentee diary video series. I guess that's what I'm going to call this. Um, yeah, I had some extra time and I thought I would make another quick video. It's not a FAQ video. This is just me talking about some thoughts about the interview I had with CoffeeZilla. Now that I've had a good week to watch the video blow up, and I don't know, just talk a little bit about my experience involved in that interview. But before that, I did want to thank 3 other coffee supporters, and by coffee I mean KOFI, who have gone to my coffee page and donated a cup of coffee to me. I want to thank Dean, Marcus, and Edward. And yes, Edward, the coffee does help. I like that no matter what my financial situation is, having a cup of coffee just makes life worth living so much. And maybe that's part of the reason why I was drawn towards CoffeeZilla, I guess because of the name. But yeah, I found CoffeeZilla about a couple weeks ago, and I loved his whole purpose for that channel has become focusing on fake gurus, and I like that he did have a former HTC student on there, but I forgot the guy's name. I think it was Ricky. He barely scratched the surface. I mean, I was listening to his video. I was waiting for him to talk about Closers in Black, and it never happened. He didn't get to go. So I was like, oh man. And I thought about it. I was like, hopefully another HTC student will come out and just talk about this. And then I wondered, well, why don't I talk about it? I've thought about this a lot, and I kind of want to put this whole thing behind me. So what better way than to just tell my story, leave it there, and then walk away. Just forget about it. Because I got my job, I'm slowly paying off my debt, and from a year from now, I should be debt free. My wife and I can start a family. I can work on the side business me and her are doing, and my life is great. I just wanted to put this behind me, and in a way it kind of did the opposite. It's exploded, and the problem is I got a lot of people asking me more questions about it, and when you only have an hour to sit down for an interview, you don't get to tell everything. So that's partly why I wanted to do the FAQ series, just to add in any things we didn't have time to talk about. And I understand CoffeeZilla's channel cannot all be about me. So that's why I'm just doing these little extra videos. Think of these as like the epilogue over on my channel. So yeah, so here we are. But let me just talk a little bit about the experience. So I emailed CoffeeZilla. I was half asleep when I emailed him, and there are a lot of grammar mistakes in it. I am kind of ashamed by that, being an English teacher. But I was typing on my iPad, half asleep, and the autocorrect, screwed up some of my message. But regardless, it got through to him, and he invited me on. And yeah, the next day we had a good hour-long chat. Granted, if he knows, he does cut out some of the parts where we were sitting there and calculating the money, so we only kept he only kept the most interesting parts for you guys, which is great. But the only problem I have, and this isn't going towards you, CoffeeZilla, okay, it's just that the way I guess the video is titled, everybody keeps thinking I handed 26,000. And I don't think they watch the full video. So I see a lot of comments, like people are like, how could you pay this guy 26,000? It's like, no, my money that went to him was more like $6,000, which is a lot. But it wasn't 26. That was calculating the money that I could have made while working at a job. So hope that clears it up. If not, yikes. So just that's been a thorn in my side. So it wasn't that much. And after the interview, I expected to be, I don't know, hounded. Like I get that there's haters out there, or people who support Dan Lok, and that's fine. That's fine. Look, guys, you can join the course. Just hear my side of it, okay? Just before you join, it's your decision. I didn't have that when I joined, as I explained in the first video that I filmed, which might actually be uploaded as the second video. I don't know anymore, but in that video, I explained that there was no one claiming that this was a scam. It was nothing but positive reviews. Dan Lok did not even have 1 million subscribers at this time. So this was all fresh. So I'm hoping that my video can be that other voice. And it seems like it's working, because there are a lot of people who are saying that they almost joined, but my video kind of convinced them otherwise, which is great. And look, this is still good for you closers out there, because for every person that doesn't join, there's like tons that are joining, okay? So I'm not like crashing the whole system here. My story is maybe just convincing the people who shouldn't have been there. I mean, isn't that true? Like, if you get swayed to not join a course, then is that really my fault, or is that their fault? So just throwing that out there, I'm not crashing the system. HTC and Dan Lok, they're going to continue getting successful. The least we could do is that those who had a negative experience of it just talk out. And you guys won't believe how many HTC students and even HTM students have reached out to me expressing gratitude, when I was expecting like people to like crap on me and like, oh, you betrayed us and such. They were actually like, dude, yeah, we're with you. This sucked. The HTM students, though, they signed an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, so they can't really talk about their experiences, but all of them say that it was not worth the money. That's all. That's all they could share, was that it was not worth the money, and that a lot of them are in serious debt, like nothing compared to mine. Thankfully, a lot of them have gone on to do some good things, so that brings a relief. But yeah, to think that my voice can really make a difference now, that's awesome. That's why I did it. There's no fame involved. I didn't expect people to pay off my debt or anything, and I still don't expect that. That's why I'm working my ass off on weekends when I'm not being a teacher, doing a side hustle, making extra money, so I can get out of my own, hole that I dug for myself. And yeah, the only other thing I guess I could say post-interview is that there are a lot of comments out there, a lot of supportive ones and a lot of negative ones that are like, dude, you're stupid and all. I agree with you. That's why I'm doing this, so stupid people like me do not fall for it, or at least they have more of an excuse not to fall for it, because there is a voice now that is saying that this is not worth it. So yeah, that's why I'm here, that's why I'm talking about this, and I don't expect I'm going to crash the system. That's all. So at this time, I'm going to stop rambling and just say thank you guys again for so much for watching that interview, taking what you got out of it. And a lot of you have warmed my heart saying that I'm a good storyteller. I do want to be a fictional writer one day. I've only had short stories published in anthologies and such, so that just gives me a nice pat on the back, like, yeah, maybe I can be a great author someday. Or maybe I'm just gonna, be me, but either way, that's great. So thanks again. Dean, Marcus, and Edward for the cup of coffee. It was delicious. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With that said, guys, yeah, that's it. Welcome to the channel. This is pretty much all you're going to get is 10 minutes or so of me just rambling into my iPad. So if you like it, stick around. If not, unsubscribe. Have a blessed life, and yeah, Merry Christmas.